Thanks everyone for joining the next session for Sub Kolkata. Today we have Sudhir Kumar Sagu, and today we will be discussing on topic unlocking the magic with code generator. Uh, so over to you, Sudhir.
Thank you, Kaushik, and thank you, Arjun. Thanks everyone for joining. I'm just sharing this session. Let's see this way.
Yes, Sudhir, we can see.
Okay, let's get started. So good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining. And firstly, I would like to thank SUZ Kolkata for giving me the opportunity for presenting a session on unlocking the magic with Leprechaun code generation. Today I'm going to cover about this Leprechaun code generation. Moving further. Coming to my introduction, my name is Sudhir Kumar. I'm currently working with Timberlake Clark in Bangalore. I'm currently having total 13 years of experience and 8 years of relevant experience with Sitecore. I'm 2-time Sitecore certified, and here is my LinkedIn URL, and we can connect through LinkedIn. And here is my technical blog where I actually post some of my technical articles in this blog. I can also set that out. Leprechaun. What is Leprechaun? Before looking about Leprechaun, why we have to use it? So earlier, when we are actually using the Unicorn or we using the TDS, in Unicorn we used to manually write the model. We used to write all the models in the CS file. And we have with the TDS, we using the T4 templates. We usually using the Visual Studio, we used to generate the models for us. So that is a class mapper models. So usually using that ORM class mapper thing, we used to generate a models earlier while using the Unicorn and the TDS. Now with using the Sitecore CLI, and we can also use the Rainbow also. But currently, what is the example and whole thing which I covered in this demo is based on Sitecore CLI, which is currently that is moving in the market right now. So as an alternative for manual creation of a model and for the TDS code generation, Leprechaun is the one which we're actually using to do that work, like model generation for us using the Sitecore templates. Let's get started about Leprechaun. So this is what about the Leprechaun, why we are actually using it. So coming to Leprechaun is one of the powerful code generation framework, which actually, as I said, which we're using for model generations. And it is an open source. Like Blipson is the one who actually created this framework. And using this, we can also use the Rainbow serialized content and the Sitecore serialized content. For the Sitecore templates, we can use it for the code generation. Like earlier, we used to use the T4 templates, as I said, for the glass map and all. So we no need to use that. Here, we are actually using the Roslyn code generation technology for creating our models. And here for TDS and all, we usually use the Visual Studio, but here there is no need of Visual Studio because with the one set of command, it automatically generates our code. So here we no need to have any kind of Visual Studio or any other tools for us. Coming to the features, we know that our models are actually based on C#, and glass mapper CX files are everything based on C# scripts. And we can also generate the models even on the build time also. That also we can do that even if we have a larger templates, and some of the features have a larger templates. So we have a huge model. In that case also it is capable of handling that, and also helps us in avoid any kind of match conflicts and all. And as I said, most of our Sitecore solutions are Helix friendly, and this model is also Helix friendly. Like this framework, what we are trying to use, and it also supports our Helix architecture. So how can we install it? Basically, this is the tool command that we have to use. .NET tool install no cache Leprechaun CLI. When you run this one, it will install the latest version of CLI basically. If you don't wanted to use the latest version, or if you wanted to use, someone wanted to use a one-step back version. So in that case, if you wanted to have a specific version, then you can specify the version here. So once you run this command, so in this, we will have a config file and .NET2.json. Here, if you look at it, we will be having a Leprechaun entry will be getting added with that command that we ran. And this is the one which we used when it came with CLI and all, but yeah, this is the one it will add when you will run that particular command. Once after that, what we have to do, we have to, based on the version, we have to grab the leprechaun.config, and I have given the git repo here. We can download this leprechaun file. This is the base file. So upon this file, we have to do a set of configurations based upon our requirement. We have to do it. Once you grab it, and you will be adding it to a solution like this. So if in the configuration, you have to add a leprechaun file here. Okay. I will tell what and all the configuration that is required moving further. And then we have a set of configurations also that we have to grab it from the Git repo. From that, as I said, this is Gibson is the guy who actually created a Leprechaun framework for us. So here are the files that we needed. Here we are actually using class mapper. We have a different JSS and all, but here I'm the demo and all. I'm actually using class mapper only here. These are the different set of framework that it also supports, along with the class mapper as well. So what I did, I have created a Leprechaun folder and actually added all the required files here. It's not required to have everything. Class mapper alone is sufficient, but I just added for the demo. Like I just want to show this one. So based on the framework that we wanted to use, having this set of frameworks, we can have that one. That would be sufficient. And these files which I said, like this leprechaun config and and this leprechaun folder, these and all need to be check into a solution so that other team members can also be used. And coming to here, we have to have it in the main folder of the solution only. And in this leprechaun, you can name anything. It's not mandated to be leprechaun. You can have whatever the name you wanted. You just have it here. So this need to be checked in. Okay. Once you are done with this, and what are the changes that I had? We have to do some of the changes that we have to do it, right? So configuration node, what I'll do, I'll just compare it. This is the one which I already have, which I actually updated based on my need. I'll compare it with the default file, which we downloaded. So if you see here, this configuration file, okay? So this configuration file here, if you see, this is a sample.base. I actually replaced with sample sitecore.foundation.orm, which is nothing but my ORM project. So for everything, we should have some ORM, right? So for ORM, I will cover on this in a little bit. So this is my base thing. So this is where you have to mention, and this is the code generator. Earlier you see they have synthesis and habitat diagnostics and all, but in our case we actually using simple class mapper. You just need to give the path. See what are the folder name that you give. You can just have that folder name, and this is where you can just set up like this. And here you see what is the output. So in this, how we wanted to have this model file will be getting generated. So here you have C, right? So here, so based on my model, because I'm actually using the helix-based structure, here I use a config folder, which is nothing but my this path. Okay, and then this is SRC. This is SRC. So this is the layers. So this is the layers, and so this is the modules. In this modules, so suppose and here is the code. Under the code only, we will have a models, and this is the path for the models, and this is my module.model name dot. So if you see here, models like navigation model.cs. So this is basically, this is the path that we are trying to give. What does it mean? This is what my output folder for this need to be generated. How this module, what is this name will be resolved, I will cover in a bit. And this is a predicate. As I said, right, this is a for everything root space we will have. For the navigation project, if you look at the navigation project, we for every project we have some namespace, right? Sitecore, feature, navigation. So how we need to know. So some of them will have like some project names, some specific names. So those kind of names will be here. So based on this configuration and all, we will be having it. And here we have to give the template. What is this template? If you see, as I said, we actually using the Sitecore CLI for the model generation, right? So this is the one where they actually use it for our model generation. And here, if you see, I think we should know a basic understanding of CLI before we setting up this Leprechaun. When you make a CLI file, okay, module file, we will be having the templates. So what are the templates? So usually our templates will be present in this folder. So for what we usually generate models for the templates only, not for renderings and all. So this is the name that we will be mentioning here, and this is what we have to mention. As a best practices, it is good to have the same name between the between the projects. Here also we should have the same name template, so that what it understand any node with include having the template we are considering for the model generation. Suppose sometimes we have a content hub templates or something like that. If you have something of such that, you can also mention that. So template is a common. So instead of having like feature template, like navigation template, header template, and all multiple templates, so we can give a specific common name in the site like CLI module.json file. So this would help us in making having a less set of configuration that need to be added in the solution. And this is a CMP template I just added for the reference, nothing much. So here what we have to do, sometimes we have to creating underscore, right, for the templates. So if you wanted to have our model also to generate underscore in front of that, so in that case, you can make it, ideally it is false. If in case if you are looking for that, you also to enable, you can also set up that too. So these are the major configuration that is required to do that. Okay, so these are the changes that we actually have to do it for this leprechaun.config. This is the same thing which I actually mentioned here. So as I said, here now we have done that, this configuration. Now, how can we integrate our solution into that? So we have to mention it somewhere that, this is my model. This is the thing that you have to include. For that, when we use the modular.json file only, in that for the Sitecore CLI which we use, right? In this only we will be having this set of piece code that we will be using it for the Leprechaun configuration. So we should mention the Leprechaun and in configuration. And this we will be extending sitecore.foundation.org. It means take this as my base class for while generating a model. I'll tell why we have to take this as a model class. And this is the name, feature and navigation. This is nothing but like module, and this is nothing. So this is nothing but layer, and this is nothing but like module. If you look at here, so this is here in this layer is like a feature, and module is nothing but a navigation, like module. So here, when you look at this comparison here, so it means Sitecore dot feature dot navigation dot model. So this is what the class like root name for this model. If you look at this, so this is based on these names which we gave it in this module file. This will get resolved in creating a model namespace. Also, it will also help us in creating a output file path as well. If you look at this here, as I mentioned it here, SRC, this layer is nothing but a feature, and this navigation, this is the path we will be giving it here. So this is the path which we get. How this is derived? This is the configuration that we are actually giving here. So these configuration is very much required, and you have to make it in such a consistent way so that you don't need to do multiple changes here and there. So this is basically how we like structure solutions follow. So similar way we can also set up the this one here. So this setup, as I mentioned, this has to be set up in the modular.json that we usually do for the Sitecore CLI project. So usually where these files will be present in the navigation folder only, like so in this navigation folder only we have a module file here, navigation master.module file. In this only we will be setting this up for this specifically. So what it do, whenever it try to read this configuration, it will check what is the template. Okay, we have this template and it will try to execute all these items, related information, which we have it in the physical file, and it will try to execute the model and it try to create that particular model for that, all these templates under this path. Where these items will be there, usually Sitecore CLI convert the path into the this templates. This whatever we have, the similar way we will be having all these things. As I said, we should have a little understanding of CLI before to have a better understanding of this. So this is my template structure. So this I have covered in one of my previous SEG Pune on CLI. You can just refer that so that it would be easy for you to understand on CLI part. So once we have done the installation and once we have the configurations files ready, and once we have that, modular generation like this one. So what we have to do, we have to run this command, model generation command. What it does, basically, it will try to create a model file in this particular folder. Suppose if you look at here, already have a navigation model here. Okay, what I do, I'll just delete it right now. I mean, I just rename it. Okay. You see, this is not there. So what I do, I just run this command. So what this command means? So this is the .NET. .NET is nothing but the configuration file that we have. So this is nothing but the .NET, and this is a Leprechaun. And then we are actually using the, we are asking it to refer this leprechaun.config file, which is present in the root folder that we have it here. So it has generated the models in this particular path. It actually generated with this particular name. So let's look at this path. So we see we have the model generated here. So we have the model generated here with the given name. What happened, but we can that and all will be over here. So once we have this setup, once we check in all these files and all, for the class mapper, I will tell what are the changes that we need to do for the class map related configuration. Like suppose so this and all the configuration that we have will be usually setting up in one single developer machine, but someone wanted to have it in their local. Suppose other person in the team, they wanted to have this like Leprechaun into their system. So they just simply need to run this single command that is sufficient. This command will help us to ensure that they have the version is getting installed. What this command does, so it will try to refer this .NET tool.json, and it will refer this particular node, and it will try to install this particular version into their respective developer environment. And for this is completely a developer environment thing only. No, there is no need to promotion to production or any other higher environments. What are the configuration that we are doing, or what are the files that we are doing, that is only specific to our local development. So there is no need to move anything to the higher environment, because the only thing that is required to move to higher environment, that's our model. That is alone is sufficient. There is no need to move up all these things. So, but we will check in these files into our solution. So, so we can also have a option to alter the models. Like suppose if we're having one of the model is like this public virtual create like this. So if you wanted to have it something with IOTTB, what are the different name that you wanted, because sometimes we will be having with a different naming, right? So in that case, that is also possible with using the Leprechaun here. So I will tell the demo how can we do that. So let's go to the demo here. So what I do, I'll just create a So this is my one of the template here. So here what I do, I just create one of the section. So have created a two fields here. Okay. If you look at this navigation also, if you look at the footer, in the footer we only have the region selector and we also have the settings, but we don't have a demo related section here. If you look at here, we have a region selector section and we have a settings section. So those things only we are present here. We don't have a demo related section here. So first what we have to do, as I said, this will be dependent on the YAML files. First what we do, we actually sync those commands, like because we have done the changes, right? We have to pull that into our local into YAML file conversion. This how this will be set up. This is set up through CLI setup. So look here, we have a demo section is created and we have a demo description, demo field that we have created just now. Now look at the models here, footer model here. If you look at the footer, so here in the footer, we don't have demo related thing, right? If you look at this footer, we don't have that. So what I do, so now we have this one ready. So when we run this command, what it try to do, it will check for the items. It will check for the items under the template. Why template? Because we have specifically mentioned in the configuration, look after only the templates, that is only templates. So we have really mentioned to look at the templates part only. So this is the path. So under this path only we have done the changes. So I will run this. Sorry, I'm running this one. Okay. Now, so if you see here, we have a demo field and demo description get added here. These are the two fields that it got added because this is the new field that we actually created. Suppose now actually I have renamed it to from type to title. So again, I just renamed it. What you have to do again, as I said, we have to put this file because we have to serialize it. Because Leprechaun will run on the YAML files only. Based on YAML files, we will find it there. So if we have the field, we are converting from demo field to demo title. So this is the one thing that we are actually doing it. So now, so here when we are generating this, so we also have an eyeglass base because for everything we have an eyeglass base and all. So let's talk about the ORM before covering a little advanced conversion of this model. So this is the ORM project. Okay. So this is nothing but like how we have in this folder only we are having the glass mapper, because if you see in any of my projects, I don't have any files related to the glass mapper. Yeah, I'm only having the glass mapper related configuration, this particular file, so that we can have this as a foundation only. We can maintain all this things. So here for this, there is no changes required for this. We just need to install the responsive glass mapper NuGet packages here. Only thing that we have to maintain here, we have to I have created these two because this is consistently getting added everywhere for everything. So in each and every model, this is will be getting added. So I don't want to make it repetitive thing. So I actually created an interface for glass-based and for glass-based and all these things. So that is the reason you see here. So this is getting a reference here, and to avoid it, I actually gave a as a base class here, so that it will take that as a base class. So if you feel anything which is repetitive when you're generating a model, you can try to add it here, so that you don't need to have this. Your model looks little smaller. Also, when you look at the glass mapper, so this is all about the glass mapper, ORM foundation project, where we'll be setting up. Rest everything is same as it is. We just create a project. You just have the NuGet package for the glass mapper getting installed. That's it. No other configuration that is required here. Only the thing which I've done, I just created a class map, class-based classes. That is also, we will be getting it on when we generating it. You just need to cut it and you just need to move it into the class-based project. That's it. For that also, we don't need to create anything or we don't need to, think what to write and all. Just cut it and we will be having it here. And on what basis, as I said, right, it is actually using these things to generate a model. So what is this basically? Let's look at this. What are the changes we actually done? So this is nothing but like this class. This is nothing but like, our regular for showing the comparison. So this is nothing but like, what is the thing, what is the reference type that we wanted to have? If you look at these references, we will be having the same reference classes, same reference classes, and what's the name that we wanted to have. The same thing. So how we wanted our model using this glassmapper.cx, that based on that only our model will generate what the base classes and all you will be having. So this is how usually glassmapper.cx file looks like. And let's look at what we have done as part of the configuration. We have to customize based on our requirement, right? So here, if you look at it, so this summary, what are the things that we will be having it here, right? Like we will be having our own custom names. Like we don't want to have a generic name. So in that case, we will be, that naming and all, we will be just giving. And as I said, right, I moved all the I class thing into ORM file. So I have actually added as a reference so that it will take from that reference only. So what and all you generally require, earlier it was generating with a single line of summary, but I don't want to have, I want a little more summary. So I just add the required configuration here. And the same thing what I did here. Changes are very, very less. There is no need to do much changes here. But some place I actually see that, it is generating based on code name, but I wanted the field name to be added. So I actually done that change. Like code name and field name is a little different here. So because what I did, I actually did the migration of my existing project into the Leprechaun. So I have actually done the changes based on my old model. So that I don't need to have much changes into the while doing the migration from TDS to the Leprechaun. So that is the reason I have actually done this. Otherwise, we can still have it. So it is nothing but like constants, right? Where we have our constants. Say what are the field that we wanted to have, and which the constant, one of the constants. So what is the name that we have? The same name will be coming here, but I don't want the name, but I want the field name to be added, not the this name, code name. So that is the reason, I have actually done that particular change here. And coming to this, this I will cover as in one of the thing now. Why we have to do this? Suppose because you don't know, right, what it has to be given a written type. Suppose if you look at here, suppose I have created a demo field or whatever it is. So these are the single line text. In the single line text, in this case, what is the written type? So it will take as a string. Suppose if you have a checkbox or anything like that, if the checkbox will have a written type as bool. If you look at the way you have a one of the checkbox here. Think here, I think this is a checkbox. It actually gives us written type bool. You see here. So here we have a checkbox. So that is the written type. For the link, we'll generate the link. For image, we have an image. For multi-list, will generate ideally it will generate enderable. What are the things? So what are the model type that we wanted to have for each and everything? So that is actually getting set up here. So if you wanted to have, by default, I gave extended image, but I don't want extended image. I wanted image. So that is a change that I have done. If you wanted to alter any of the fields, as I said, right, in this presentation. So where because if it's something coming in GUID in terms of like we have a DROM links or multi-list and all, we usually have like GUID and INRable GUID in that. So in that case, we can still have our own custom return type data type for that. So I will tell how to do that in a minute. So this is where for such configuration that we will be setting up here. Now let's see how we can do that behavior here. So we have seen this here. So now I have a separate field. I have a header here. Okay, in the header, I have a multi-list field. So in this multi-list field, I have a main navigation. So let's look at main navigation here, how it is looking like in my navigation model. So here in this header, this is the header. This is a header template. In the I have a navigation field. So here I am getting INRable GUID. Why we are getting it? Because it is a multi-list field. So usually for the multi-list field, we will be having a list of GUIDs that will be there. Again, it is a huge process, right? When we read this multi-list field, we will get in the list of GUIDs, and then you have to loop it, and then you have to make each and every item call. So it's in terms of performance wise, that it will take a lot of time to consume. When we have a return type, main navigation.get items, if you give as a thing, then you will have all the items as a return type, and it will convert into the whatever return type that you create. So it will reduce a lot of performance when you're working with multi-list and all. So for that purpose, what we have to do here. So I have this field. So we are actually altering this field, right? So in the leprechaun.configuration, I will show you here. Here. So this is a where. So this is a place where we have to alter any of our types. Suppose I have this one. So if you look at here, I have this already set up here. So this is what my, so this is the field. So this is the field that we wanted to do. This is the main navigation field. This is the field GUID ID for this. What I mentioned here. So I just mentioned this is my field ID, and I want data type as this level 1 links. So this is, you can give any name. I can give my name and whatever name that you want to have. Now coming to here, what we have to do once we are done with this, now we have to go to our class mapper. Here I have my level 1 link, which I already have it. So it's basically a switch case. So if you find anything with level 1 type, then have that data type for that is INRable link level. Okay, so that is what we are actually telling to this, because that is what it is doing it for the, even if you see single line text for multi-line text, right? So string and all, that's where it is coming. So if you're not matching anything, then it will give us a, suppose you gave it a different name. I gave it a different name. Okay, here you gave us a level 1 link. Okay, but here I gave as level 1 link 1. Just see what will happen. So now what I do, I just run this one, because here I don't have any changes to the templates, so I'm simply running it. Let's look at how this, because currently it is INRable GUID. Let's see how it will convert. See, it has actually converted to string. Why it converted to string? Because what we have mentioned here, for this particular field, I want level 1 as my return type. What it will does, it will try to look at this condition here. It could not able to find level 1 link, because we already have level 1 link 1, not level 1. So if it not find anything, it will go as a default type of string. So this is one of the troubleshooting step. Whenever you are expecting that is not returning as expected, this is how you have to troubleshoot it. Now what I do, I just make it as it is. So, and I will run it one more time. Let's see what it is. See here, we get INRable and level link. So this is what it converted here. So basically, this is how we can, setting up these kind of things. Suppose if you have a GUID, so you just need to go to one of the thing, just have the field and you can give the name. And suppose we have a different set of data types, right? When data types, so you can just set up what are the things that you wanted to have, and we can have that. Suppose if it links something, why we have to do this one? To mention about this. So if you look at this, my header, a template. Here, if you see, this is my header template. I have these fields. So what is this fields? So this is nothing but my level 1 fields. So these are the value that it is coming at here. So what this level 1, nothing but like this is one of the templates. So what we have to do, because we in multi-list we don't know what we have to do. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to pick up this UID here and go here. So this is what the level. So this is what the item, each and every individual item. So that is the reason we want this as a return type of INRable. That is the reason we gave this as an INRable of I level list. But the same thing only has come here. So that only we have it, because this is the value. These are the item fields of each and every, this multi-list value. So and we are expecting this as my return type when we read a multi-list field. So that is the reason we have actually added the this is the one. That's all about my demo. Thank you for this. If anyone have any questions, for the questions.
Thank you, Sudhir. Anyone have any question?
This is Chandan this side.
Yes,
So I have one question. How it's different from the one which we used to have in the TDS or Unicorn?
TDS, okay, TDS is a paid, okay. There you need to have some licensing, right? But here it is an open source tool. So here you are saving the licensing cost and you are reducing the cost for your client. And this is an open source tool. So that is a one factor. Though it is open source, some of the people might say that, it's an open source tool, we might have some security reasons or concerns. As you are not installing or anything into our higher environment, so there is no issue for that in terms of security, because it's completely a developer. And as I said, we are not checking in these things. Coming to the for Unicorn and all, but there also we are actually using the manual like code, right? Like we adding that, public virtual whatever it is, and we will be adding that manually. So, manually it is like sometimes, there are a lot of errors will come, there are a lot of, human errors might come, some of the, obviously writing is such a huge method, see, I have such a huge, if you look at here, I have suppose, see 2000 lines. So having these 2000 lines of set of code that you wanted to make it, written one each line by line, it is like 10 considered. So to avoid all those things, so this is the one which is used in terms of saving time, and it also saving a cost for us. Again, as you may say that the TDS has much more features, and the same features is also coming through CLI, which is also again an open source tool, but that is from Sitecore. And it is free. So you can also recommend that for your some of the projects, so that they can save some of the cost for the TDS. In case if someone client, if you wanted to save some cost. And one more thing, like, if you look at this model, it is giving the version which we are also using, the Leprechaun, what the version that you are actually using. So, and if you wanted to exclude from our code coverage, we can also set up these models from the exclude from the code coverage as well. So that's everything is already present in the in this template.
The class file looks similar to the TDS way, the way TDS used to generate, right?
Same things. That's what. See, here we have a multiple templates that we have, as I said, but someone uses, different set of Someone uses glass paper, someone uses synthesis, someone uses different types, TSS and all. So based on that, we can we have different types here. So these are the types that we have. So we based upon the framework that you wanted to use, but mostly in most of our projects we use the glass paper. I mean, T4 templates also uses a glass paper same file, but that is different. And this is as I said, only difference is only the pricing, and this is open source.
Correct.
And TDS is heavy. When you rebuild a project and all, it is heavy. When having the TDS projects and all.
Thank you, Chandran.
If-
Anyone else have any question? Okay, so I believe we are good. Thank you all for joining the session. Sunil, your hand is up. Do you have any question?
No question.
No, it was actually for the Kaushik when he was having some issue with his audio.
Okay. Thank you, Sunil. So thank you all for joining the session, and thanks Sudhir for the beautiful, insightful session in ECG Kolkata. Thank you all. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
Thank
SUG
you,
Kolkata and Kaushik and Anshul for giving me this opportunity. And thanks, everyone, for joining. Please do connect me if you have any questions further on this. Thanks, everyone.
Sure, Sudhir. Thanks, everyone.